It wouldn't be. It wouldn't. They don't go naturally together.
I mean, geographically they do, I guess, and sort of like in terms of vulgarity.
You mean like,
they're
continent-wise?
I would say queefs are located generally near taints.
I think you meant to say anatomically, maybe.
Anatomically, but I think geographically works too. No, I guess
Should we catch the readers up on what's going on?
Yeah, I think if you dropped a pin and shared it with someone,
no,
for your queef and your taint,
they are occurring close to one another.
Well, they're different things.
The same
One is a sound. One is, I guess, a physical happening and a sound, and the other is a colloquialism for the perineum. So they are different things. They are not of the same kind.
Right. One's a verb, and I think one's a noun.
Yes, but in a very abstract sense. Well, they're both nouns, but to queef can be a verb. To queef. To queef. To queef or not.
I went to high school with a guy named Tequeef.
You guys, he was on the football team?
Tequeef Davis.
Star running back.
Yeah, he was
some Westchester High School.
Yeah, he beat Mount Vernon in the state finals.
He went to D1.
2007. Yeah, he made it pretty far. He owns a car dealership now. He's doing well for himself. Tequeef Honda.
Tequeef Honda.
He's doing well. Oh, and then he stubs his toe on one of his cars. Queefs and taints. Queefs and taints. Sorry.
That's probably the explanation for why we said this before the podcast started.
The podcast. We started talking about this before the podcast turned on.
But very shortly before, you just said queefs and taints as a way to check the mic.
Right. Yeah.
And then that's where all this hilarity.
Did we get to the bottom of what type of pants those are?
These are linen pants.
They are linen pants.
They're linen pants. Beautiful linen pants.
And they look like sweatpants, but they're not.
They are not sweatpants.
Well, and your shoes look like slippers.
They are. These are new ones. I got them last week, and they're kind of like
everything nice that you wear looks worse on you.
I don't consider these necessarily nice clothes, but I try to maximize dressing for comfort at all times.
But the problem with that is you shouldn't.
Right.
That's the problem.
Okay, but you're saying I shouldn't.
You look pretty comfortable
in terms of like there's like a social like standard.
There's a professionalism.
Yes. But but like why
based on your body,
why does it bother you? I guess why are you trying to keep me to a professional standard?
Because I know what you do for a day job, and I feel like you're not representing your clients to your fullest capacity wearing that.
I feel like by not focusing on my my wardrobe, I really am allowed to focus more heavily on my comedy, which is still what I mostly focus on.
I'd like to weigh in on this when you guys are.
Please weigh in on
your fucking glasses.
Yeah, new day for me. I couldn't see it. A thing of my. You said that you prioritize comfort over everything.
Yes.
Which is why you dress the way you do. I think people could tell that from your general physique.
Yes.
That you prioritize comfort.
But you also look like you look like you also prioritize comfort as well.
I do. But I'm also disciplined.
I think can we just establish that I believe Rich, you were a fat growing up.
Yes.
That was your thing, right?
Yes.
Which that was never me. I was always like a regular skinny kid. I didn't get fat until later. It's not like
Clearly.
I'm losing weight. I'm getting back into tennis. I'm doing stuff.
Okay.
I'm confused what this has to do with your wardrobe, though.
I think he's just saying. I think Tom's point, and I hate to make his point against me better than he would, but I think his point is that when you're generally out of shape like I am, and combine that with how I dress, the total look is a little bit more slovenly than perhaps.
There's a schlubbiness. That's
sure.
associated with that.
But I think you're also overestimating how much I would overcompensate for that by just dressing differently. Like, what do you think I could be wearing? They'd be like, wow, he looks.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
like,
you're wearing linen pants and they still somehow look like sweatpants.
But I mean, what do linen pants are a very loose, comfortable pant. What else would they look like? They're not like
linen pants on like a suave guy. Look like
comfortable
GQ ready pant.
They're beachy vacation pants, which is what I wear these for as well.
They also have. You have a little cuff on the bottom.
Are they cuffed? I was trying to see if they were cuffed.
I don't know.
Where did you buy them? That's also a question I have.
I think Old Navy.
Yeah. Linen from Old Navy isn't really linen.
No.
I don't know enough about.
It's like a pair of pants that they didn't
Navy's
finish. Like they didn't have enough cotton, so they just kind of.
I mean, all I can say is that I have multiple pairs of these pants, including in gray, and that they're.
Do you go to court in the pants?
Well, thankfully, I don't have to go to court very often now because we're doing those things virtually. But yes, I'll wear these to court.
You would wear those to court?
Absolutely.
And you're allowed to take. What do you do as a lawyer? The lawyers don't take the stand.
I do not take the stand.
Do you take the floor?
No. I mean, we don't really say it's not quite so formal in immigration court, but you're at the you're just at I guess I was gonna say plaintiff, but that's when I'm in civil or criminal court. But no, you're just at the respondent's table, and then you're just in front of the judge, and we have our table, the government attorney's at their table, and I just sit at the table, and I'm there. I just sit, and you do what you do while there. You don't have to stand up. There's no jury. It's pretty informal. There's only one judge who has ever a real bitch about like, because I generally I'll have like a collared shirt with a tie, but usually it'll be like a short sleeve or something, but I'll have a jacket in my backpack and I'll just put the jacket on over it.
Okay.
But usually for the most part I would have a cardigan, because it's just lighter and easier to carry around.
Has she called you out for being slovenly?
She did not say that, but there's only one judge who would admonish me for wearing a cardigan as opposed to like a proper jacket, and no other judge has done that. Thankfully, she's retired, and I hope she dies. So
Oh, really?
I really hope so. There's a lot of judges who should.
What did she say? Oh, nice. Did she do something like that? Was it like,
No.
oh, look at this guy.
No, we
Or
weren't.
did she say directly?
No,
like,
this wasn't in.
What are you doing?
This
not
wasn't
wearing a
Mean
jacket?
Girls. This was a real courtroom, and she just said,
Nice
She probably
shirt.
said something like, "Counsel, please, is that a jacket? Or please dress properly," or something. I don't know. She said something like that.
It's on record somewhere.
Yeah.
I might have been off. No, that might have been off record. I'm not sure.
Does she
but
have
it might
to
still
say
be
off
recorded
record?
somewhere. No, but they'll usually say when they're on or off the record, because for each individual case has its own record. So you need to specifically mark it, because then there's multiple cases going on at the same time. But that means in some courts, everything that happens is being recorded in general, like everything in the room is being recorded, and then the individual case is being recorded separately.
Counsel, we're going to need to stop being so beachy casual in here. You bring in a real Tommy Bahama vibe to this drive-by shooting case that you're trying.
Look, I'm trying to defend myself against this drive-by shooting. I want the jury to know I'm a relaxed guy, and that a guy who dresses like this wouldn't feel the need to drive-by shoot.
That's
up
probably
anyone.
some advice that a lawyer has given his client who did
I'm
a drive-by shooting.
Sir,
like,
I'm going to
hey,
tell you right now, you look like you shoot people. You need to look like a person who doesn't do this.
How do you feel about Hawaiian shirts? That's what they would say to the guy.
Oh, I thought you were generally asking, because I've gotten it last couple of years. I've gotten into, ever since my wife and I started going to the Maldives, I've really embraced
Started
that look.
going, or you went?
We've gone twice.
You've gone twice?
And we will be going, yes. We've gone twice. We will be going more.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like a Hawaiian shirt. Why?
No,
It's like,
why not the Hawaiian shirt? I completely understand that. The Maldives.
No.
The Maldives.
Do you know anything about the Maldives?
Yeah, they're far as fuck.
Yeah, but they're like, it's paradise.
But isn't there closer paradise?
Yeah, for sure.
Not as good of the overall experience, no, because what the Maldives has is the way the islands are structured. Like, we have Caribbean islands here, but they're all pretty large islands. Whereas the Maldives is an island nation, so each resort is basically its own island. So you'll be on an island that's basically like half a mile long, and there'll be about like 50 rooms, and you get one of those overwater bungalows. And so you don't really get that in the Caribbean, and the few places you can, it's way too like expensive. Like, we can't afford that. But
Right.
if you get a good deal for the Maldives, it's something we can afford, and it's unbelievable. And that each island has its own house reef, so you just go out and you can snorkel around the whole island.
House
and
reef.
It's amazing.
A house reef?
House reef.
Like a coral reef?
Coral reef, basically, yeah.
But a house built on it?
No, house reef as in, like, this is the house wine. It's just, it's
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the resort.
Oh, okay.
But the point is, it's right there. So you just jump into the water from your overwater bungalow, and then
Swim in the
immediately
house
you can
reef.
swim everywhere, and there's tropical fish everywhere, turtles, amazing sea life. It's unbelievable. It's literal paradise on earth, and that's why we go there. And that's why you should go to the Maldives. I'm just going to start being spokesman for the
pitch
Maldives
it.
now.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Pitch-
You've told me about it a bunch. I'm
It's the
sold.
only thing I have to talk about. It's the only thing in life that I advocate
If I could
for.
enjoy anything, I would go,
Yeah.
but I can't.
You can't. You're kind of it is sad that you're so miserable that
Yeah.
you don't allow yourself joy.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
Have you?
Not
Not
really.
really.
Not
That-
really.
No, you
you said
talk
that. Like,
about
you
it.
said that.
I embrace it. You know, at this point, it's like I'm not gonna. I've decided. It's just I'm not gonna be happy. Happiness is overrated.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I don't know. It just depends how you think.
You
about
know
it.
what's
I think
important?
Aristotle said, I believe happiness was like the ultimate pursuit. the ultimate moral end.
That's what he said?
I believe that was
I take most of my philosophical advice from Taqueef Davis, which I might have talked about already. But he was a guy who played football.
That would have hit much stronger as a callback if you waited maybe 30, 40 more minutes. I just
really want to change the topic, frankly. But
by the way, this is a very prominent problem.
Yeah, that's not great.
I just spilled some water.
That adds to the schlubbiness.
Linen pants are not very flat. Are not very forgiving for spilling water on yourself.
You continue to prove my point, which is basically living your life. The slovenliness,
I wouldn't say spilling water on myself.
I think I think
that's the definition of slobbiness.
Don't try to define what. No, you spilled.
Don't try to define
yourself.
words being used against me. I think I'm happy to
there
go.
You go again. Use it. Define up.
Are you mad at me using the word define?
Don't try to define it.
Are you objecting to me using the word define?
Don't even try to go there, because we know that you spilled on your ding dong, and that's the definition of being
a schlub.
A schlub.
All right. Listen, this is why I brought you two here.
Yeah, what is this?
This is what I asked. Why I asked for both.
Is this started? Are you sure?
Yeah,
this is going. Okay.
Okay.
Because last time I was here, you weren't sure.
Well, yeah, I figured out the.
Watch out for that.
Now I gotta check.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Maybe.
Couldn't miss all that gold, you know.
Listen, here's why I brought you two here. As I keep talking.
Yeah, we're good.
We've been good the whole time.
All right.
You're both Russian bath guys.
Yeah.
And I'm open. I'm open to joining.
It's not a matter of joining. I mean, it's open. It's an open invitation.
I know, but
I will say Tom and I are at different tiers of the Russian bath because Tom will not go during the men's only full nude time, which I consider.
No, I do go. I just.
But you
I don't partake in the full nakedness.
Well, but then you're missing out. Is my point. Like going.
Are you saying you're not embracing the Russian culture?
I wouldn't describe. I mean, not the sauna culture. I mean, say you're missing out on the experience.
Let me ask you a question. What's the difference? Because sauna started in Sweden. What did the Russians do to make it different?
I don't know where they started because I think Finland might have actually created. I know Finland.
They have the most saunas per capita.
Finland?
Yeah, Finland.
They probably have the most other things for per capita just because they probably have very few people.
Smoked fish.
Like most McDonald's. They might have one McDonald's, but technically it's most per capita because there's no Finns around.
Yeah.
But like.
It's a big part of their culture.
It's a big part of the culture, yeah. I don't know why.
Despite Ilya picking apart every part of my argument.
I don't know if I picked it up. I mean, I was just pointing out that you don't know statistics and you talk out of your ass. But the point is, I don't know where I don't know why Russians have, like, where their affinity for sauna came from. I just know it's a long-standing thing. I don't know who owns that concept, but like, because also it's called Russian Turkish bath.
There's a Turkish bath. There's a Russian bath. The
Turkish
Koreans have baths.
Turkish bath is basically just like the wet sauna, basically. Where
there's one room that is like
sauna.
The Turkish. There is one room that's like the Turkish sauna room, where it's like
in
a combination.
In the Russian bathhouse, there's a Turkish sauna room.
There's different rooms. They all have different names.
Is it just swarthier men?
No, you're using swarthy wrong. I'm pretty sure.
Also, I mean,
I don't really know the
I don't know if I
definition
created
of swarthy.
I don't know if I created the wrong impression, but they don't ethnically segregate people.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
No, so there's the Russian. The feature room there is the Russian dry sauna. It's basically the large room, and then although this one, some of them have this one has like a thing, like a pool, like a sink of like constantly running cold water with buckets that you can pour on yourself, which kind of makes it a little bit more humid inside than usual, but that's basically the dry sauna. And there's another one that has a lot more moisture in it, and it's not quite a steam room, but it's
like a eucalyptus lavender. Yeah. They'll like change the smell of the room, but it's more of a steam room than it is a. It's in between hot room.
Yeah, so it's in between a steam room and a sauna. They also have a steam room, which is a nice proper steam room, where you feel sort of like you're asphyxiating on it, and then there's like a regular. So there's different levels of sauna, but the main room, the intense one that's the most hot, is like 200 something degrees. That's the legit one. That's the
Turkish one. I call that the Turkish sauna.
So Turkish is the most advanced of the saunas.
I would say it's the hottest room and the most well attended. Like it's usually the biggest room in any of. I've only gone to two Russian Turkish baths, but it's usually the biggest room and the hottest room.
And no falafel.
They serve it there, but not in the room itself.
Oh. Also, they do not serve falafel. I will say that.
Do they not?
No, they don't. And the famous one, the one that's called Russian Turkish baths. The one on like what's like East 11th? Yeah.
10th, yeah.
Their food's not that great. There's one in Jersey, much better food.
They just redid it though,
Did they?
and apparently the food is much better.
Really?
Yeah.
We should give it a shot. Let's go naked sometime.
Yeah, we skipped over that point about my point of view on the nakedness versus yours.
How do you feel about
The nakedness?
Yes.
I wouldn't really like to see either of you naked. I've seen you clothed.
You don't mean that for me.
And I don't like that.
No one's ever said that.
No. Well,
You don't mean that.
here's one point I did also want to bring up, and I don't know if Tom knows this.
Basic math?
You used to go to the Russian bathhouse with your dad.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
Yeah, I know that.
You knew he went with his dad growing up, and
yeah.
that was a thing they did.
Yeah. I go with I've seen my dad's penis a lot. And also sometimes we go to the sauna together.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I've seen his dad's penis a lot too.
There's a chance you might have. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
My parents are very sort of liberal, free-spirited in that way.
In the way of showing your penis?
Not gratuitously, but like if you have to be naked for something, they're not going to be all coy about it. Which would be weirder if your dad was like, if you were in a locker room with your dad, he was like, woohoo! It's like, no, don't look. Turn away.
Ilya, no.
Stop it.
Stop. Look.
I like how we can't do
don't.
coy without being like extremely effeminate gay guy.
Yeah.
Like we can't figure out like a straight version of coy that's just like,
Stop,
don't
dude.
look at my dick.
Stop, dude.
Stop looking at my dick, bro.
I'm about to take out my dick, dude.
Come on, dude. Stop looking at it.
Here it comes.
To be fair, I didn't really do it young, like when I was young. Back in Russia, my dad like told me a story. Like he'd like because we all learned to swim very young. Like when my brother was a baby back in Russia, like I think they went to the sauna. He would just like throw my brother in like a pool and teach like as a baby and just learn to swim. Like so, my brother was like swimming very early. But when we came to the U.S., we didn't go to the Russian sauna until like maybe late high school, or maybe when I was in college. Like it was like an annual tradition. Like we would go to like the Russian sauna and then we'd go to like the deli afterwards or something. It was a nice little Jewy celebration at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's a nice day.
So it's a nice time of it.
Am I the only one that finds this very odd?
The fact that
It's
he
clear
went.
You don't. Do you find this odd?
I think-
That this is bonding.
I think-
No, my dad was also naked a lot when I was growing up. It was a weird.
And religious.
Can I speculate that
religious,
maybe I think what you find odd is any sort of bonding with a father?
No, go to a sports game, have a catch, barbecue.
Have
you
a-
know what?
It's not America. It's not. Yeah, It's not Long Island for sure.
It's 1,000. Well, yeah, it's the 1,000% not Long Island. I don't know. Anything involving heat and your dad's penis is a weird bonding experience.
To be fair, there's a plunge pool that's very cold.
Yeah.
So you
that-
see shrinkage.
Well, I mean, I'm not like tracking it. I'm just saying if the heat's
am.
the problem, you can just enjoy the cold with your naked dad if you prefer.
Right. You have options.
If that's what
here.
if that's your problem, then there's a solution. Right there.
Yeah, the heat. Yeah.
Just hang out in the tiny, small, cold plunge pool with your dad. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
think
your
it's-
problem with this. You were expecting me to.
I was really expecting
You were really expecting me to jump in.
I was really
on
hoping
your
you were
side
gonna be on
against
my
Ilya,
side, yeah.
and for once, as
Also-
much as I'd love to do that, I'm not going to.
Also,
'cause
Tom's dad has a beautiful penis. I think we can all agree.
he does. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely circumcised. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
he does. I mean,
I understand like the implication of that is like why wouldn't it be? I guess.
Oh wait.
well, the Catholic.
religious.
Catholic. It
That
is.
he wouldn't
You
be.
said
I said
he
it's
is
definitely
circumcised.
circumcised.
he definitely
Yeah,
is
but-
circumcised.
No, but Christians, well, Catholics usually not.
Catholics are circumcised.
But if you're,
If you're very religious, yeah.
yeah,
I don't think strict Catholics are anti-circumcision. Circumcision really caught on pretty well globally.
It did. Who puts their foot down on circumcision? What?
That's not how you do it, but
Yeah. Who bites down with their teeth on circumcision? The Jews. Don't the Jews
Moil.
do that?
The moil.
Don't doesn't some rabbi kind
They're
of
like
bite it off?
What are they called? Like the weird, like the hardcore sects. I think
Right.
do that. I think your standard run-of-the-mill Jew doesn't do that.
Right. Also, people in South America, right? Don't. It's
Oh,
not
is
as
that?
It's not as popular in Europe or South America. I know a bunch of girl comedians have jokes about like how they're turned on by foreign accents because they know they're going to get like an uncircumcised dick.
oh yeah.
That's a punchline. Yeah.
What's the punchline?
I mean, it's the general
Oh,
premise.
do
of
they
that.
like an uncircumcised penis? Is that like
Apparently,
really?
yeah. Circumcision did catch on. It's a hard sell. It's kind of amazing that.
Well, it was weird during the BLM protests that there were.
I can't wait to see how this connects.
Well, I want to see this.
Did you
connect.
not see this?
What?
No.
I saw a handful of protests where there were anti-circumcision people. joining on that protest.
I remember this time. Yeah.
And it was just like, why?
Men's choice.
Why now? Why did
People
you
are
wait
fired
until
up.
There's
a bigger movement?
To be fair, I guess there's a lot of coverage of a BLM protest, so it's probably good. I would probably, if I had like a small family business, I'd probably go out there. It's like, go to Mulligan's Bar,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right,
Protest against people not going to Mulligan's Bar.
Yeah.
You know,
I was like, I'm tired of police brutality, and if you guys want to drink away your problems, we got 2-for-1 domestics tonight. Something I would take advantage of the publicity.
yeah, you got all those people there. They're a captive audience. I'm going to put my foot down against people not going to my bar all the time and me being a bad business owner.
I think
spin it. It's a spin.
Well, I think the anti-circumcision people, I think it's a very serious issue for them. And they do have a fairly good point. It's pretty fucked up.
But why? Why does that become your gripe?
I don't know, but everyone chooses a thing. Someone who if you become a pediatric oncologist, someone could be like, well, why don't you focus on other issues? It's this is the one I chose.
You got to pick.
There's always going to be a different issue that could be more severe, but someone's got to advocate on behalf of foreskins, and why not you?
Why not these weirdos?
It is. I don't know. I went to my nephew's bris, and it was genuinely upsetting. It really bothered me. The idea.
The bris is where they cut
it.
They cut the foreskin off.
Yeah,
And then the moil sucks out the blood.
Again, we did not do that part.
But how do they make this a ceremony? You're there in a temple?
No,
synagogue?
it was at home.
No, they have a spread and everything.
Yeah, we did it at my parents' house.
Oh my god!
And someone catered, and they do he makes a couple jokes, which is just fucked up.
Well, if he didn't, it'd be really weird. You had to bring
at the very least, if he was more,
This guy's got a bigger one than me. Probably one of those. Right?
At the very least, if he was more somber, it would suit the tone for me. But cracking jokes really is this is not an appropriate time.
I mean, it's got to be traumatizing to a child.
Yeah, but you don't
to
remember.
cut off a.
I don't think you remember. I mean, I don't think you remember. To what extent it's subconsciously something you remember, I don't know. But you hear the baby crying for a couple minutes, and eventually, but it's just so inherent. It's so obviously wrong that I don't know. I'm generally torn about when my wife and I have kids. That's something I don't know how it'd feel.
What's the religious purpose of a bris, or what spiritual purpose does it serve?
God's just into the look. I think
it's like a haircut.
I'm not a religious scholar.
Give him a high.
God likes a fade.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious scholar, so I don't know what the religious pretext is. I assume there's some post hoc thing about this is definitely safer for sex, and also God.
That's how you spin it.
Yeah.
You get the kid to choose what kind of circumcision style he wants. How do you like your foreskin? High and tight? Do you want to fade? Do you want to keep
mullet?
it? You want to let it grow out?
That maybe is one of the problems with circumcision is they don't give you a lot of options. It's pretty much just one option, and then
yeah. What if you could keep it and then cut it later when you wanted to? Do you think that would help?
Well, that's just not being. I mean, obviously, you guys know. I
adult
wasn't circumcised until I was in high school.
I've heard a bunch of comedians.
So
that's insane.
Adult circumcision, basically.
Yeah.
I've heard a bunch of comedians talk about this recently.
Yeah. Apparently it's a thing.
I've just been at a bunch of mics and shows and guys talking about how they got circumcised as an adult.
I know. I've heard a couple comics I know who've done that.
So you did it in high school.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't entirely know. I think I might have. I don't know if I had a medical condition, but I think technically I had a tight foreskin. I think that might have been a genetic thing or something.
Very nice.
Because I never had I was
the one tight thing on you, your foreskin.
Again, I wasn't fat until later. Come on, I don't know what this is.
Tight foreskin.
I meant a really cool foreskin.
Yeah.
I'm using the current slang for back then. Yeah.
Fucking tight foreskin, dude.
That foreskin's tight.
You know who would have approved of that? Taqueef Davis.
Dude, just wait a bit. It's gonna land so much harder if you just give us 30 minutes and then bring him up again.
This is now the thing. No, really, I'm
you're too impatient with the callbacks.
No way.
It's not a callback because it happens too recently. You gotta wait till the end. You have to wait till the end now because we're halfway through or something, and you can't do another Taqueef.
So how do you bring up that you want? Did you bring it up? Who brought it up? Did your doctor bring it up?
I had to get surgery for. I had to get hernia surgery, and so at some point we consulted with the doctor, and I don't know who brought it up, But at some point it came up that like I wasn't circumcised, and I guess we could take care of it then.
So I was looking at your dick, and
he talked about it
foreskin's a
like
little
a
tight.
car mechanic when you bring it in for an inspection. He's like,
Basically.
yeah, so I did notice the hernia. And while we're here, why don't I just cut your foreskin
That's
off,
basically
you know?
what happened. I don't know. I have a feeling probably my dad or one of my parents probably brought it up first. I don't think I was like, hey.
You're going to the sauna with your dad, and he's like, hey, doctor.
Well, here's the thing.
Have
Is
you
I know.
noticed his foreskin?
is your dad circumcised?
Yes. But I
But
think
you weren't.
I was
That's
not.
interesting.
Is he? I think he is. I think he must be.
You talked a big game about seeing your dad's cock a lot.
Yeah.
Story's not checking
I'd
out.
be, I'd be a
You
terrible
might be
eyewitness.
seeing it, but you're not paying attention.
I'm not paying attention. That's true. I'm not paying attention. I'm not very attentive.
Are you doing something with your dick, Dad? Did you get?
You doing something new with your dick?
Thank God you don't practice cock law, or else I'd be real concerned.
I do. Well, no.
Is it
I
like
can-
Sharia law?
Yeah, it's related.
Cock law, Sharia law. You cut off my dick, I cut off your dick.
Is Sharia law just Hammurabi's code, just like eye for an eye? Is that all Sharia law is?
No, Sharia law is Muslim.
I know.
I was confusing with Hammurabi's code.
That's what I'm asking. Is
Yeah.
I think there is a bit of because like I think Sharia law also is like in Saudi Arabia if you they cut off a thief's hand like that's
Right.
kind of that's not really eye for an eye because that's like someone stole something and they cut off their hand.
No, it's like you
should
watch a
steal
sec-
something from them.
You watch a Sex and the City episode and you get 15 lashes. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
not
Sharia law.
That's not is that what happens?
Yeah, that was a gay joke I was going for there.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. After I said it, I realized it wasn't.
No,
it
honestly, that was
wasn't A+.
mostly on me. Because for a second, I genuinely thought it's like, oh, is it illegal to watch Sex in the City in Saudi
It might be.
Arabia?
It might
That's kind of
actually be, though.
kind of what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, it's probably not. I'm sure.
Only the episodes with Samantha.
Well, she's a whore.
She's a whore. Yeah.
She's like a blonde,
Self-proclaimed
a
whore.
white blonde Western whore. You can't promote that.
I mean, that's the whole show, kind of.
Wait,
Is it?
so what? I have a question. When you got your circumcision done,
Yeah.
did you have to like give a note to gym class and be like, "Oh yeah, I can't participate this
I don't think
week"?
you had to give. Well, I mean,
And
I
you
think,
had to read the
I don't think I
note?
had to give a note to Jim. I think I took probably just a week off of school in general just to recuperate.
But there's a note.
It
Somewhere.
might have been over the summer actually too. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember when it was.
I would remember so much about my dick getting.
Yeah, how do you
my
remember
dick surgery?
nothing?
I remember things. I just don't remember those things you're asking. I
You probably
remember-
weren't able to like pee or jerk off comfortably
Or
for a
walk.
while, or walk for a while,
No,
or
you
wear
could-
pants.
Well, here's
Well,
the thing.
when in-
Here's the thing. You could.
The linen makes so much.
Here's the
more
thing. I
sense.
could walk,
Loose.
but the thing I didn't realize because like when they sent me from the hospital, I was still loaded up with medicine, and then they gave me OxyContin to take. But because I felt perfectly fine, I was like, "Oh, I feel fine," and so I forgot to take the OxyContin. So there was only one time, like when it had worn off and I hadn't taken the next dose, that I felt, and then it was like excruciating pain, like I couldn't move. But when I had the OxyContin, like I could walk around and do whatever. But yeah, I had to like lay in bed and convalesce for a little bit, and they put dissolvable stitches. So basically, you just have to wait until the dissolvable stitches fall away.
Dissolve. Yeah.
That would have been fantastic if you became the first person to become addicted to OxyContin because you got your foreskin removed.
I guess it'd be fun. That'd be a nice little change up.
Put it
in
on your
all the
tombstone. Yeah.
And all the stories from NA, everyone's like, this and that. It's like, well, I got circumcised late in life. It's like, oh, this is different from our
That makes a lot.
stories.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. It really wouldn't change
That's
the
probably
conversation too
the
much.
worst part of
Huh.
being in recovery is like everyone's got such a similar story. It probably gets tedious. So I think people would appreciate like the
A new
change
angle.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's different.
Yeah. Huh. Didn't think of
It's like,
that.
so your uncle didn't rape you? That's cool.
Right. And there's probably a guy there that's like, you know what's funny? I got my foreskin removed because I was addicted to OxyContin.
It's funny.
I'm like, oh, that's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Both here from the opposite direction.
Life's funny that like, the real wacky, like optimistic recovery guy.
But I didn't tell you why I'm against the nakedness at the East Village Russian Turkish baths.
I mean, I could assume
He gives
why.
me shit. Well, the last time I was there, I didn't know that it was like the all dude hour. And I show up and I go to the Turkish room and there's a dude just openly blowing another dude, like in the middle of the place.
Which is odd because that's the hottest room. You
Oh.
could have done
Oh,
it
it
in
certainly
a
was.
cooler
It was
room.
certainly hot more ways than one.
Hey.
Hey. And it was like everyone was like just kind of like talking amongst themselves and it was just like going on.
Yeah, I've only seen one guy get blown in that room too, and it was a very packed room.
And it was the same guy?
and it was weird because like I think because there were a couple people who were like watched and like there were a couple dudes who were like kind of my friend who I was with like and a couple other people who were like they were kind of mad about it. They're like, what the fuck are they? But like, you know, there's no way to approach the situation that's not going to just sort of make it, you know, uncomfortable for everyone. So they were just sort of silently muttering, but like this dude was just blowing the other dude.
Quit making me hard to say something like that.
I was gonna say, I think are you concerned that you might be a little bit aroused in the moment?
I mean, no. Sure. Who knows?
Are you afraid you might trip and land your mouth?
Yeah,
on
my
another
dick.
guy's
They
cock?
might come sucking my dick, and then I'd be like, "Hey, am I paying extra for this? I don't know."
It's just it's just the aesthetic of seeing penises. Is it just that?
No. I mean, I was in like a locker room my entire life. I have no problem with the nudity, but it's the population of gay. This is gonna sound
fair,
bad.
the combination. To be fair,
Like it's a sexually it's like a sexually charged environment, and like people are like coming up and like rubbing you and like touching you, and it's just like I don't know if I want that.
Wait, this day that we're talking about, that's the only day you're allowed to be nude?
No.
There's a morning. There's two
like
types. 10 to 3.
On the one on 11th Street. I think on Sunday mornings, like morning till like early afternoon, is men's only. Then you can be nude, and then I think on Thursday afternoons or something as well.
Yeah,
but
there's like specific
There's
hours.
2 times.
2 times a week
for only
where
dudes.
it's only dudes. Yeah, and but to be fair, that's also when you see a lot of. So the mix of people there, especially during that time, is there's a fair number of gay dudes, and with respect to all of them, for the most part, they're not sexually insatiable perverts. Usually, they're just regular dudes, but they're very chatty, garrulous. They're hanging out with each other. A lot of them know each other, and then there's just like the
Hasidic
grossest,
Jews.
schlubbiest, disgusting Jews ever.
Yeah, a lot of
like
Jews.
little real trolly Orthodox Jews. Like, and that's who's there. And so so there's the gross naked Jews, and there's the gorgeous naked gay guys, and it's a real mix of New York.
It is.
And
It's a very I enjoy the scene. It's a very eclectic.
That's
group
what those
of people.
like taxi cab New York commercials should be. It's just like those, just like a video,
A bunch
A
of
gay
gross
porn.
Jews muttering about a gay guy blowing another guy.
saying
Well, he's eating a
homophobic.
knish.
They're
Yeah.
saying something homophobic in Yiddish and, to some gay guys, to some like a diverse mix of very athletically built gay dudes, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. But so I'm saying, so you have a combination of bodies. So if
Yeah.
it's not much of a difference between them wearing the shorts and them not wearing the shorts there.
Right. I mean, there's like a 4-hour block where there's like a dudes only hour, and like at the end of the 4-hour block, one of the Russian guys comes in and starts like snapping towels at people, like put your dicks away.
Wait, for
put
real?
No.
Yeah. No, I swear to God.
Okay, well.
That's what he says. He's like, "Hey, ladies are coming in," and in a Russian accent.
Okay, but
He's like,
he's not snapping towels at people.
basically. I mean, he has like the
Basic.
fucking. He has the what's it called? The leaves.
The platza.
The platza. He's like hitting people with the platza
Yeah.
if they're like naked, like in a playful way.
Do you know what the platza?
It's the thing that they hit on your back, right?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
no,
your whole
those are the
body.
sticks.
The leaves.
It's birch branches, but it's an assemblage of leaves, and it's like a treatment that they do where they sort of like
That's
whip you over your body with it.
exfoliating, right?
Exfoliating.
Kind
That's
of.
the,
Good for your
that's
skin.
the objective.
It's kind of fun. It's a nice. It's
It's
kind
nice.
of intense treatment, but
Let me ask you a question. On a regular day,
yeah,
we're just a couple Orthodox Jews head into the
yeah.
bathhouse. How many women are actually there if I just went?
15%, 20%.
Yeah,
That's more than I thought.
It's a solid. No, there's a solid number of women there. Yeah.
It's lower than you, want, but it's like yogi,
What do you mean,
like
what do
hippie,
you mean
hippie
you
chicks.
want? Like, what do you want out of
You'd
this
want
experience?
like as
Why do
many
you-
women as
50-50,
possible.
I
Do you?
think Tom would
Why?
want.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I mean, it's just a nice place to
You
be. There's like sometimes there's like a very fit lady there, and it makes the vibe just a little bit nicer.
Have you ever seen Tom?
Tell me no.
On?
Tell me no.
I haven't.
Seeing you on
Yeah.
around women, it's a completely different Tom.
Tom strikes me as having. I've never seen that, but Tom strikes me as having 2 modes, which is asexual and sexual predator. Like and nothing in between.
There's no middle ground. And he wears glasses for both.
And I see him turning on a dime. Is what I see.
Where have you seen me on? Where was this?
oh, when I've seen you turn it on from time to time.
Yeah.
But when you really turned it on, it was me, you, and Hardy. He still hasn't paid for the sushi.
Oh, right. With the waitress.
With
yeah.
the waitress. You
Yeah.
You went from looking at the menu to being on. It was one of the more impressive things I've seen.
Yeah. I can turn it on, charming wise. But, I'm still single. What can you say?
By choice.
To be fair, this is another thing, and this is going to seem perhaps a bit harsh, but you would have what I would say is contempt for women.
That's not true.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay, that's not true, but I do.
Just
I
after
enjoy
like
saying
2-3
it.
dates, he does.
Not contempt for women, but contempt for another
The process.
person, for another person occupying any space in your mind that would take away from you focusing on yourself.
As much as I want to joke about this, I don't think that. I think I have contempt for the dating process at this point. And the person being in my life, I'm good being alone.
But Tom needs someone scheduled into his life.
It's kind of true.
He can't really
You need to
go
date like
out
a
and do
CEO
it.
in like a rom-com where it's like he has a secretary, like
Someone who's in another country.
Yeah.
Tom needs to outsource someone to do Hinge for him, go on the first 2 dates, and qualify the person.
Right.
That's what Tom needs.
I need a prospecting
Right,
person.
he needs
on
a
my team.
scout.
Yeah.
You should do
A
that.
business development guy on my dating team.
You should hire like a
That happened to me.
25-year-old.
That happened to me the other day. And remember the girl that I was showing you that I matched with on Hinge?
Yes.
Yeah.
The hot Asian.
Yeah, like 100,000 followers on
Yeah, what
Instagram
happened with her?
I had the date last Thursday. I recommended drinks.
So date 1.
Date 1.
Okay.
And she was like, "Let's do FaceTime." And I usually don't even
That's a
entertain.
big problem for you.
I do not like that at all.
Wait, when did this was after the date?
This was before the date. She was like,
wanted
first date is a screening, is what I learned this from. Juan and I were talking about this. He's been through this.
That's a good guy to follow your life plans around.
Another epic dater. It seemed to be a screening call of sorts.
But what you also have to understand from the woman's perspective, Tom,
Yeah.
is that you're not a real person.
Explain.
You're just through the phone. This could be a fake app. This could be a fake profile. I mean, it's a real app.
Sure.
So she's setting up a date with someone. She doesn't want to be kidnapped, murdered, go to a stand-up show, any of the bad three.
Yeah, open mic. Yeah.
Sure. So I understand
Oh, I get it.
the FaceTime request.
I get it. She was a terrible person, is what it turned out to be.
Well,
How so? Or why do you say that?
It was she asked me for my W-2. She made sure that I made 30% more, or 30% times the rent. She wanted a guarantor from my dad. She wasn't too thrilled with my LDL cholesterol levels. I'm joking, but like literally like everything that she asked me was so like transactional, and like she just wanted the statistics of my life that it like wasn't even trying to like have a conversation.
So
it was like, where'd you go to school? Like basically, how much money do you make? Are you healthy? Like it was like bizarre. It was very strange.
where did she go to school?
UCLA.
Okay, it's a good school.
Good school.
It's a good school. What does
Cool.
she
She's
do?
Asian. It checks out.
She's at Columbia Business School right now.
It's good.
Definitely Asian.
Yeah, so far.
So far,
So
I
far,
believe-
100% Asian.
So far, there's no holes in this story.
We can
So
confirm
far-
that up front.
So far, this is an impenetrable story.
Yeah.
It is
Not a
100%
lie.
true.
What's her plans after business school?
She doesn't know. She does too much. She
That's
said.
not good.
I know. She's an influencer. Clearly, she was like, I have my own business.
What's her business?
Taking
Ass.
pictures of her butthole. Literally, like not literally. She's not on OnlyFans, but like she may as well be. She's like a bikini model.
Okay.
She's a very good-looking person.
Okay. That sounds. Other than the fact that you despise her personality, it sounds like a real catch.
She does.
And when
yeah.
has that stopped you before?
It really?
It hasn't.
It has not. It just was not fun, and I was upset because I was like, man, I was really hoping to win this person over.
So when are you going to do drinks?
We're not.
Oh, you're not.
No.
Okay. When
She unmatched me on Hinge.
unmatched.
Unmatched. Never happened in the history of my dating
You
life.
can't do an unmatch after a FaceTime.
This is what made me think she's just screening through so many people. It was like very weird. It
Yeah.
was like she had like a standard list of questions. I bailed early. I left after 15 minutes.
You bailed on the interview.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 minutes. Is that?
How'd you bail?
I said I hadn't eaten dinner. I got to eat.
That's weird.
That's abrupt.
What time was
That's
it?
cold.
9.
Come on.
I
You have
mean,
better lives than that.
Also, he had an empty bucket of KFC chicken behind him.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
had his,
you see the bone sticking out.
Yeah.
He's picking his teeth like, I haven't eaten yet.
I had already eaten. I just needed to know.
Oh yeah.
I
9
lied.
p.m.
I lied right to her face.
Okay. So now what else? Who'd you have in the corral? In the corral?
Corral?
That's
Who's
correct.
in
That's
the
correct.
rotation now?
The rotation?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of bozos.
Do you want to be in a relationship?
I would,
You just don't want.
yeah.
Okay. You just don't want.
You
to
don't
deal
come
with-
off that way.
How would it look to you if I was wanting
Well,
to be in a relationship? Would
well,
I come in here with flowers?
I think
You'd
it would
be
I think-
positive.
With
I think,
if I came in with a wig?
Here's how it would look.
If I came in with a perfectly coiffed wig, I was like, Rich, I'm ready, baby. Here we go. Tom's not single anymore.
Here's how it would look. I would ask you that question, and you wouldn't slump your head down. I'd be like, I would. You would say it with a little more enthusiasm and something approaching sincerity. You'd be like, yeah, I'd like to be in a
Do
relationship.
you want to do it? You want to do a take again?
Yeah.
Let's do it
Do you-
again,
do
and I'll
you-
practice.
but do you-
Hold on. No. Let's try it again.
I'm sorry. You have to get into the
We have
method
to go
about
back
it.
into character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to change his entire personality.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you even want a relationship?
Oh yes.
See,
Oh yes.
See, if you talked like that, you'd also like to go to the sauna during all male hours.
would you like to suck my dick? Ooh.
Oh boys, hello.
Is
It's
there a
naked
line?
day. Oh, is it naked day? I didn't even know.
I don't even know what type of character this is.
Oh, hit me with your leaves. What is this, birch?
You sound like an undercover cop trying to play a gay guy.
Oh, look at these nipple tassels.
Don't joke about that. My uncle died that way.
Nipple tassels?
Yeah.
Really?
Bled right from him.
The lead poisoning
Yep.
Okay.
from the metal.
That's a weird.
Metal clamp.
He would wear the metal clamps and also had mesh tank tops. The mesh would chafe the nipple. And
They're
the
two
metal,
different. They're two different uncles.
Yeah.
I had two uncles who died from gay-related injuries.
No,
one,
no.
one was
That's what the Luciano family calls AIDS. The two Catholics. Oh, he died of gay-related injuries.
gay-related injuries.
So-
One died from lead poisoning from the nipple clamps in the 70s. They only had iron back then, and the other one bled to death with his mesh tank top.
It was like-
Just it was too much
People
chafage.
ask your
His
dad,
nipples
he's
just
like, how'd your brother die? He was poisoned. How? Just very slowly over the course of many years.
Yeah, one died in a Vespa accident.
Ooh, it's gayer than the nipple tassels. So you, I'm trying to pick up. So you, I don't believe that you want to be. I think you want to be in a relationship. I don't know if you actually do, which is fine. I just don't know.
I never
What do you want
heard
me to say?
a good thing after a date.
I had a good date yesterday.
You had a good date yesterday.
I did.
Walk us through it.
I was actually going to go to sleep early because I've been on Asia hours the last couple days.
Well, yeah,
That's
you
what he
would
calls.
talk to
That's
her.
what he takes.
I was dating this
I was
girl.
on Asia hours.
I was dating this girl at night, Asia hours, and she was like, we were just messaging on Hinge. She was like, "Do you want to meet up tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." We got drinks.
First date.
First date. Nice time. Good chat.
Where
see
do
it
you
goes.
go for? Because you usually go to the brewery in Dumbo. That's been
Yes.
your spot.
Yeah.
Did you go
Evil
there?
Twin. No. We went to Analog in the West Village.
Analog.
Yeah, Analog. It's a cocktail bar. It was nice. She was a very nice person.
Was she candlestick making fairy? What was
Real estate entrepreneur.
your tastes are improving, Tom?
Yeah,
You've made a lot of progress in
she's a
6 years.
catch. Yeah, it's only taken me 6. So
Well, probably further.
I don't have a lot to say. It was a great time.
What's second date? What's the activity?
I don't know if there's gonna. We'll see. I
Something
couldn't
real
get a.
See, so this is the problem.
I couldn't get a read on her.
Man, how
But you
about,
said it was a good time.
I thought it was.
what about an open house? Something real estate related. Just
Yeah,
so.
just show up to one of her
Like
listings.
there's a property. Let's have a nice
Yeah.
romantic dinner in an empty apartment.
You know what you could do? You could be like, hey, can you come back to my place and help me find the studs in the wall?
And then I would do the beep 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 and write on me. Here he is.
There you go.
That's the one. I couldn't get a read though. At the end, she insisted on splitting the bill. I was like, I got it, and she was like, I insist. And then on the way out, gave me a kiss on the cheek. It was
I
very.
don't mind that.
It was very. I don't know. I just couldn't get a read on it.
Where's she from?
Hong Kong. She's
He has a type.
What type is it? What type is it? Right?
British educated.
He likes nice Hong Kong raised, like son of like daughter of an ambassador type. Like went to private schools in Hong Kong, speaks English perfectly, and
that's kind of exactly
Mandarin.
Yeah,
or
that's
Cantonese,
actually-
whichever one.
It sounds
Pretty
almost
much.
exactly what her situation is.
Yeah. That's great.
I don't want to say too much. It was a good time. We'll see. I'm not optimistic. If
Are
I'm
you
being
think,
completely honest with you.
Are you worried it's going to jinx it, or you're just being like respectful of?
I'm
her
trying to
in
be
some way?
respectful of the situation. I don't know, or I might jinx it.
All right.
I also texted her and I haven't heard back today.
There we go. All right.
I had to take a minute of like, why am I being apprehensive? I was like, oh, because this isn't.
I'm hurt.
Oh, this isn't
it's a sore point.
This isn't going how I planned. But I texted her just before I came over, so I have no idea. You could even check my phone right now and see if there's a message.
Is this your phone?
I don't know.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
If it's a picture of a girl in
Ah.
bikini, it might be the
Here.
one from last week.
No, just from Dan Pulzello. Unless she emails you on Outlook or Slacks you.
No.
Probably not. Okay.
Yep. Well,
So you're going to be lonely forever. And is that the worst thing?
you know, I've got endless amounts of porn at my disposal.
Well, with those glasses.
Don't we all? Yeah, no, that's why I had to put the glasses on, because looking at too much porn.
Well, if you're gonna die alone, which seems like what's gonna happen, why don't you just embrace going to the sauna nude, and just be like, just accept this new part of you?
You're telling me to become gay, or try?
It's not gay. I'm saying it's free. It's
disgustingly
liberating.
Jewish.
Yeah, I could just go and just get the
be
curls
fair,
and the.
Tom's a former college athlete. If you go during that time, if you don't look like a Hasidic Jew, you're gonna look like a gay guy. So I don't.
Yeah, you're really only two camps there.
There's really
Well,
only
we don't
two
like to bring
camps.
up camps. So.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Like the Jews, but that's the situation at hand.
it is a situation. So you're gonna be. I don't know. It's a good time. You just got to get past your hang-ups about old.
Or would you go
Jesus.
naked?
Would I go naked?
With Ilya? If Ilya was like, we're going to the Russian baths Saturday morning, based on everything that I've laid out for you, what's your decision?
Think about, you're not.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
But I just want to clarify. You're not definitely going to see anyone get blown. I've got
Well,
a million.
then no, I'm
I've
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a way to
fair
sell
enough.
rich.
I've only seen it one time. I've got a million times. You've only seen it one time. It's not a common thing that you're going to see someone get blown.
I've seen like a lot of PDA when I've been there. Like almost every time I go, there's like dudes like making out and like a lot of touching.
But it's also like you
Okay,
know what
that's
you're
fair.
getting when you go to a bathhouse. If I go to Yankee Stadium, I don't go, they're playing baseball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going in there knowing that's a possibility.
Yeah. But you are going naked. You would go naked.
I would do it.
Yeah,
There
of
you
course
go.
I'll
There you've decided.
I can't wait to see all of your penises. Can we just admit this?
Wait, so kind of, are you naked only in the sauna or the
whole time.
The whole time. Do I get a
Well, no.
locker?
So you
You get a locker to keep your clothes. Yeah, there's a locker upstairs.
locker
downstairs.
upstairs, and then you go downstairs. You don't. By the way, you don't have to be naked. You
Do
can
they
be clothed.
eat naked?
No,
No.
when you're in the main room, you have to have like a thing over. it.
Okay.
But no, they don't eat naked. At least not upstairs. But yeah, you're just naked and it's just a good time. You're just hanging out, enjoying yourself.
Just being naked. Just guys
being
being
naked.
dudes.
Just dudes being dudes.
See, the being
Sweating out
naked
the
doesn't
toxins.
add anything for me if I'm going with people I know. Of like, why be naked? What is being naked? How does that help
It's
you?
more liberating. If you're completely naked except for the shorts that you're wearing, like they have the free ones there if you bring your own. And
Yeah.
so the idea is that it's a very purifying experience because it just sweats you out, it completely dehydrates you. You sweat everything out, and then you drink a bunch of water, and it has, whether or not there are any real benefits to it, it feels very therapeutic and it's enjoyable, and you're maximizing that by being able to be completely naked. And
That's
You
not
think-
the best excuse.
You think you're sweating more and cleansing
I'm
yourself more by
I'm not saying
wearing
you're sweating more. I'm saying
a bathing suit.
The experience becomes more immersive because you're not distracted or distracting from it by having any clothing on. You get to feel completely like I'm completely nude and I'm surrounded by these. Like it's just it's more of the experience. I'm not saying you're getting a tangible benefit other than that, but I just think psychologically, I think the liberating feeling of just being nude. I think it's a worthwhile experience. I think it's something you should learn to appreciate.
I mean, I've been naked in showers with dudes playing
Yes, but that was always
sports.
very, but that was always just like.
I never
functional.
felt like, oh, I'm really connecting with. I'm feeling more cleansed because I'm naked in the shower with these.
But that's
guys.
because a college, locker room shower isn't the same kind of experience. This is it's a spa. This whole experience is designed it's a communal experience designed for that sense of, sort of therapeutic, relaxation. That's what it's designed for. Showering after a game is just like you're showering to be clean so you can get changed, but that's not what you're doing there.
Have you thought about going to a better bathhouse?
Hmm?
Have you thought about going to a more expensive bathhouse?
I don't have.
Jeez, I don't know why you think
the
expensive
quality
has
isn't
nothing to do with
I'm not like more inclined to be naked if the quality of the place is higher.
it. Have you thought about paying more money to see nicer penises? Is this
All the time. Yeah.
go to Equinox and see a higher caliber of
Yeah, go
nudity.
to the
like
Hell's
an
Kitchen
investment
Equinox.
banker dong. I'd pay more money for. There are other ones. There's like a Korean
The
bathhouse.
Korean spas.
Those don't count, right?
Wait,
Well,
what's
the-
that?
Well, so Korean saunas, they don't really have proper saunas. They have like weird like cave rooms with like different kind of gemstones. And it's like, oh, this one's for the. It's all kind of bullshit. But sometimes they have a bathhouse which is just like in the locker room, and that'll be men's only, and that'll just be like a bunch of like hot tubs and pools and showers and stuff. And then like that's more of like a bathhouse thing. But it's not as good as, or at least to me, it's a much more entry level kind of like experience.
It's not as hot,
It's
right?
not as intense, like
Yeah.
physically intense.
The real ones are out in Brighton Beach, from what I've heard.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's the one. My buddy's trying to. I'm trying to go sometime. I think there's a couple. I think the Spa Castle. There's like the Mermaid.
Will you
something.
only go naked?
No. I mostly am not naked. I'm just saying. I think it's a more enjoyable experience to be naked.
What you wear when you're not naked?
A bathing suit.
You just are
That's it?
Yeah,
The option is naked or bathing suit.
bathing. So if you go to the one on 11th Street, they have slippers for you. They have shorts. Like you can just. They're like very kind of loose, like all one size fits all kind of shorts, and they have like kind of robe things as well. So they have all that stuff there, so you can just go there and just put on that, or if you have your own things that you want to wear, you bring that. But yeah, all you need is slippers, and if it's the non-nude times, some sort of groin covering, whatever preference.
A loincloth of sorts.
You could do a loincloth if you have. I don't know if you have a loincloth, and if you have a sauna hat, that's a nice.
I've never gotten into the sauna hats. I don't see the
My
benefit of
dad
them.
put it in a sauna at their house last year, and so he bought some sauna hats. It's nice.
Do you think the sauna hats are these like, are they wool?
I think they are wool. They're very starched, kind of like they feel.
And they're
like wool,
pointy,
yeah.
right? Are they not?
They can. A lot of them are pointy, but you
Can
can
you usually
have
dunk them
different
in water first and then put it on?
shapes. You can do that, yeah. But the idea is because your head can get particularly hot, so it just lets you enjoy the sauna longer because it keeps your head cooler and like without it. And
Yeah, my nose always burns. Like breathing in will like actually
Yeah, it
like
can hurt a
burn
lot.
my
A
nostrils.
fun trick is which you can't do there is, but that my dad taught me is that because he has the home sauna now is that if you add you know how you add the water to the rocks to make it feel much more intense. If you add a little bit of beer to that and then you put it on, it gets this nice bready, yeasty smell. It's very enjoyable.
Really?
We do that at the home sauna.
You could probably do that there. They probably wouldn't.
I don't know if you. Well, you could, but I don't know if other people would. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
probably,
yeah.
There's a lot of
I've seen a lot of weird shit happen at that place. Obviously, I've mentioned some of it.
Wait, what's weirder than
Nothing's
walking
weirder
in
than
guys
that.
being
But
blown?
people like bring their own like full mud bath, like body paste stuff, and will like.
My buddy Steve, who I go with, he's works at Legal Aid in Brooklyn, and he represented one of the people who worked there in like a criminal case, and so the guy hooked us up. He gave us like just cups of free mud, and so you just put it on, and like so he just gives the free mud treatment. So you like put it on, and you can go up. They have like a little rooftop area where you go outside, and then you can let it dry in, or you can do it in the sauna. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You get any kind of treatment you want. You get a body scrub, a massage.
Yeah, I've seen people like shave their entire body.
Yeah.
There.
It's a lot of people treat it very much kind of like a really rigorous, intense kind of like hygiene session. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
Let me ask you something. What's weirder? East Village bathhouse,
Yeah.
Chinatown YMCA.
Never been to a Chinatown
Weirder. I mean, the East Village bathhouse is definitely like the most like you don't know what you're gonna get when you go down there. There's always like someone. I mean, there's a lot of like older people, like women who are just like completely
Hanging.
topless. It's like a lot of women go topless at the
At the Eastwood? Really?
yeah.
Do they? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to be topless there? I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
that. Really?
And then the Chinatown YMCA, I mostly see cockroaches there. That's what I saw when I was going there. So,
But that's on the
nothing
menu.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been to
I would get
Chinatown.
those after I got the dumplings.
Yeah.
You can get all those things from the sauna.
Never been there, but I mean, it sounds like we're gonna go have a nice fun naked
Yeah.
time at the sauna. That sounds what this is leading up to.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I would do that. I want to check out the Governor's Island one. They opened a spa.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
$100 for a day pass.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, the East Village one's like 60 now
Is
for a
it
day.
60 now?
Yeah.
I thought it was 50.
I thought it was 50. I mean, it used to be like 40 and 45.
Yeah,
It's like 50.
they jacked up the prices because they like redid the place.
It's
There's
60
brand
now.
new locker rooms. And
Yeah, and I still have to call about the, like you said, you have to like
activate your card.
pay to reactivate the membership card. I don't know
Yeah,
how much I have.
that's the other weird thing. There's half of the days are split between two.
It's
dudes.
two owners. It's Boris and David, and they have like two locations, one here and one in Miami. And like your card only, if whatever pass you buy only works for one of them.
Right.
So like it's very, kind of a very like Russian thing, just like to harbor that kind of like a pettiness that you would like willfully intrude on your own.
What's the
business
story?
success. I don't know what the story is. I'm sure there's some good gossip about it.
Because obviously they just don't want to be sharing the accounting.
It's just something like that. It's some just shady Eastern European bullshit. That's what
Yeah.
I could say.
Which you have to assume.
But you'll go there and be like, "Oh, I got a pass. It's a," and they'll be like, "You can't use this. It's a David pass." So
You
you're
do
gonna
have
buy
to-
an entirely new package.
Right.
It's not.
You do
worth-
have to get used to Russian customer service. It's a very
well,
aggressive,
lack thereof.
lack thereof. But and you know, and also I mean to be fair, it's also a very dingy looking place. The inside, it looks like kind of like a Turkish prison, like from a what's that movie? Not Midnight Run. Whatever the one from the 70s where the guy, based on a true story, where the guy
Taxi, yeah.
smuggled heroin to Turkey and he had to go to prison. It looks like that kind
I
of.
can
like
imagine what that is.
like that kind of. It looks.
They haven't retiled the place in probably 40 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pretty dingy looking place, but it's a rewarding experience, guys.
It's great. I've probably gone, I don't know, 6 of the last like 10 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I go a lot.
Oh, really?
This year I've gone a lot. Yeah.
I went to the one in Jersey like 2 weeks ago or something. It's nice. I don't go very often. To
It's nice.
I'd like to go more often, but
There's a lot of science around like the cold submersion and
yeah,
then
that's
the
a whole
heat.
thing.
Yeah.
About for especially like auto.
The cold tub is actually hard to find. There's actually one. There's one in Fidei, like right around the corner from here.
Yeah, there's a
Russian
sauna here.
bathhouse. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
haven't
one's
been to that one yet.
that one doesn't have the. It has the Turkish room, but it doesn't have the water in the middle. So it's a very different experience.
What about the rocks? Who's doing the rocks?
So anyone can do that, but also the people who work there will do it. But basically, yeah, and generally out of politeness, you would ask other people if they're cool with it. But generally, yeah, you just open up the thing. There'll be like a stick with a long handle and a bucket. You open up the oven door. You splash in a couple ladlefuls of water, and if you want to be really intense, you roll up the towel and start whipping it around, fanning the air to get it really hot, and create some convection.
Yeah, if you want to look
It gets
more.
very intense.
Yeah.
It's a very yeah. It's I mean it is an intense experience and it's physically exhausting and demanding. But that's kind of what makes it feel so good because like you go and I don't know how much time you spend there, but like I make a day of it. I try to.
I mean, there are days where I'll spend like 5 hours there.
Oh, easily.
Some days I'll just be in and out in like 2 hours. But I keep track of my heart rate with this guy, and my heart rate gets up to like 150. I'll be in there for like 20 minutes and I try to do like 20 minutes in like the hot room, like 10 minutes in the cold, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and by the end of that I'm toast.
And it's nice, and then go up and get some food,
Yeah,
get something to drink. It's a good time.
yeah. Do a little Coopers. I don't get as much food there.
Cooper's?
The bar in the East Village.
Yeah.
Oh, the one, but that's not.
It's like a 2-3
that's
block
outside-
walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a couple blocks away, but oh, you don't get food at the sauna?
I don't. I haven't recently.
Okay, yeah, the food's not as good, but I like when I'm because I'm there, like I'm in the mood for like pickled herring or some pilmeni or something.
Something
Yeah.
real Jewy.
Jewy Russian. They have pilmeni, which are Russian dumplings, which are delicious. It's a real like.
I don't think I've had
comfort.
those.
They're delicious. It's a very. It looks like kind of like a tortellini, but
Oh,
but
I've
they're
had
very
those.
basic.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
really
But
delicious.
they're not like dumplings in the sense of like something is stuffed in them. They're dumplings as in like
No.
boiled water. There is.
Yeah, there's something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wrapped and it's like a veal pork or veal beef kind of mixture.
Nice.
It's very simply flavored, but it's a real comfort food.
Yeah.
My wife loves them. Once I hooked her onto them. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I can only describe the last 20 minutes as not interesting for.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? How much time do we do?
Yeah. An hour.
Okay, that's good.
Fair enough.
We did
You
it.
can't force it. You know what I
did it.
mean?
Right, you just got to let the conversation
God
go,
damn it! You
babe.
missed doing another Tequeef reference.
I was trying to figure when to throw it in.
I was shamed too much.
I was shaming you so that you would
Keep doing
discover your true powers and realize that if you could just be patient.
No,
and pick it up at the
I
end.
knew that would be part of the fun, is if I said it so much that.
Yeah, but imagine all the missed opportunities. Imagine if you hadn't mentioned it those 2 other times, and then it came up right now. Like, that's what we're missing.
Naturally come up.
That's what we're missing.
All right, that's it. Adios.